Hi.
Hello. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. This is Judy Green.
This is Yuki in Norway.
And we are from Digby Busi Talk. So thanks for joining us for our first video of the year 2019.
That's right, yes. I hope you had a good Christmas and New Year's holidays. Or any kind of holiday.
Yeah, however you choose to celebrate the season.
Right.
I think somebody said there's like between the 1st of December and like the 10th of January, there's like 18 different holidays that are celebrated.
Yeah. So did you have a good break?
Yes, I did. I did. I had grandchildren.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Fabulous.
Yes.
So I'm not sure how much of a break it was. Very good girls, but oh my gosh, they are exhausting. I love them to pieces.
Supposed to be children. Yeah, children supposed to be like that. Yeah.
Exactly.
So we talked about the topic today
and you know, what do we do in January? We look at the year in review and we plan forward. So that's exactly what it's going to be. So forecast for 2019.
Yes. Well, we will try.
We will try.
So
we should have a crystal ball here.
Right. So you typically, when things, the year changes, people feel it's a new start, right?
That's right.
And especially, I'm from Japan, and Japanese culture, not Christmas, but the New Year's Day is the very important day for us. It's a big celebration day. And many people go to the first sunrise, and then they feel very holy, and then, clear start, and then many people think, okay, this year I'm gonna do this, or it's gonna be like this, that kind of feeling. Do you have any feeling how your New Year is going to be?
How the New Year is going to be? Well, it actually kind of struck me because so many people were saying how like 2018 was such a horrible year. Well, I didn't find it was horrible. I had some challenges, but I don't see it that way. I see that there were lots of opportunities for learning. There's certainly some things that I won't do again. My sister says that she will try anything once, but and there's always a lesson to be learned, and sometimes that lesson is, out, that hurt, I'm not doing that again.
You survived anyway.
You survived,
yeah,
exactly.
That's the point. Yes.
But looking forward, I really get a strong feeling that 2019 is going to be a huge year of change for myself, but I think for the world at large. I feel that there's an awakening with the whole climate change situation. I think there's a huge awakening in terms of people have had enough, and they realize that we have very limited time, and that the people in political power are perhaps not doing enough, and the people have had enough of that. So I think that we are going to see some huge changes in that front.
Very interesting, yeah.
How about you, Yuki?
I had a very good winter break, and I just read as much as I want. I didn't do anything I didn't want to do.
Nice.
And then it was very nice. And then I thought, well, this year is gonna be like this. It's gonna be. I will more focus on fewer projects, but deeper. And I've been, running around literally for several years so far, and then I have my resources getting big. So this year, to me, I feel this is the year to bring it into certain format, to do something rather than, so like a research stage is almost over for now. I have to put it into some format and then transform it into something. So it's a good start, very steady. But like you said, it can be the time of change, in a good way.
In a good way.
Yeah.
In a good way. I like transformation. True transformation. Yeah. I like that. It's kind of like the caterpillar into the butterfly.
Right. Yeah.
I like that connotation. So I think Yuki and I both use a very similar system when we're doing a reflection on the past year, and it comes from a growth mindset where we review, what's happened in the past, and then we learn from it. What worked, what didn't work, what could we do differently? What can we learn from it? What are the lessons? Assess, exactly. Review and assess. And the next step is really to look forward
Right.
and see what has changed.
Yeah.
So what has perhaps changed in our market? Do we have new competitors that are coming into our space? Have there been like new scientific discoveries? That sort of thing.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, and then sometimes some year there's Olympic Games going on, or sometimes royal wedding going on. Some social big event.
A global event, which I found very, very interesting that will impact how people choose to spend their money. But it truly does. It's really quite interesting. It's not always about the dollars. Sometimes it's about how they're feeling and how they feel about their place in the world.
Right. And do you remember that a while back we had Canada's 150 years birthday?
Yeah.
Did you do anything at that time? Did you?
Yes.
Right?
Yeah,
and then
absolutely.
there's a logo, and then we got the flag.
Got the flag.
You know, if you see that kind of things from the business point of view, you know, their new business came or new item came just because of that. So
Right. Exactly.
if you forecast it and then think about it and then plan ahead of time.
That's right. Work it into your business plan. And not realize, oh, it's the week before July 1st on Canada's 150th birthday. I should do something. Might be a little bit too late.
A little bit, yeah. Yeah.
So looking forward like that is fabulous.
And then you plan. After you plan, of course, you have to do it.
Yes, you absolutely have to do it. But there are some other factors as well. It's like we live in Canada, so U.S. dollar exchange. It definitely affects you if you're importing goods from the U.S.
Yes.
But it also impacts you because oftentimes your suppliers, even if you have a Canadian supplier, their inputs might be being affected by that U.S. dollar exchange. Because we're almost at 1.4 right now, which sucks.
Another thing is, yes, the money-wise, it basically affects a lot of things.
It does.
And suppliers, also your customers.
Yes.
If they are heavily, working in the States or getting the most income in a certain, currency, it may change their lifestyle totally.
Absolutely.
Right?
Well, and it can work to your advantage too. Being in Canada, we're in an area that's very tourist heavy, and so an American coming here has more bang for their buck. Their dollar is worth a lot more here. So given other political situations, they may want to be vacationing outside of the country. So, it who's in charge of each country, what political party's in charge, and what that climate is also impacts your business as well.
Yes.
Yeah.
So basically, pay attention.
Yeah, pay attention.
It's difficult to be aware of everything, but it's better to.
Exactly. But if you can have kind of a view on what's going on ahead of you, then you're not going to have big surprises that might derail you, which is what you're trying to avoid.
That's right.
You're never going to be able to predict 100%. I remember doing my my business plan the first year, and I was doing it in a SEB program here in Nova Scotia. And so I had a counselor that was helping me with this, and I kept pushing back. It's like, how am I supposed to know how much I'm going to be making every month? How am I going to do, because to me that was like picking numbers out of the air. And he says, yeah, it is. It's guessing. It's totally guessing in that respect.
Same thing. Yeah.
Right.
Same thing.
But one of the tips that he taught me, which I thought was absolutely fabulous, was that look at how much you need to make every month. What do you need to make in order to pay yourself and pay your bills? And then work backwards. So how many packages, how many of this product do you need to sell? How often do you need to, sign somebody up for this, that, depending on what your business structure is. So work out if that's feasible, because if it's not feasible, then perhaps you need to look at adjusting things.
Yeah, what you said is exactly the basic of the business. It's in any kind of field. Once I joined a workshop, the agricultural, and it was crop planning, I think. And I thought it's more like a gardening, hobby-ish, a little bit more that type, but it was super business based. And then he did exactly the same thing. Okay, first things, how much do you want to make money?
Yeah.
Right? To make that money, how much of what do you have to sell?
Right.
to make that much of vegetable, how much space do you need?
That's right. What are your inputs? What's it going to cost you? What are
Everything
your
is calculation.
Yeah, exactly.
So,
what are your cost of employees?
Yeah.
You know, everything. Yeah.
So many people don't know how much they want to make or they need to make. So sometimes gray zone, want and need are not necessarily the same thing, but at least you can think about it.
That's right.
It's a good start.
Know what your range is.
Right.
Like in computer science, we always call it the high water and the low water mark, right? So what's the low water mark? Like you don't want to be in a drought.
Right, yeah.
So you want to make sure that you have income that's going to cover your basic expenses.
Yeah. And then you can be, it's going to be more clear. It's going to be clearer what you have to do.
Yes.
You know.
Yeah. And taking the time to think about your business in this way really is worthwhile. It pays dividends in the end. It may seem onerous or tedious, but break it down. Just review the year in review. Look at what's changed this year, what's worked, what didn't. What are your expectations for income this year, and what do you need to do to get there? That's really what it breaks down to.
Yeah. So do you think this coming year is going to be a good year or not so good year?
I think it's going to be a fabulous year because I think we each have the ability to create our own reality.
I was just about to say we both like challenges.
Absolutely.
So if there are challenges in that perspective, no matter how it goes,
that's
a good
right.
year.
That's right. Exactly. It all depends on how you measure success.
That's true.
Right?
That's true. Yeah. We're just talking about having your own business is a very challenging path, actually. But we both haven't regretted
not at all.
So.
Not at all. And it is interesting because if you equate success with earning a certain dollar amount, both Yuki and I have had extremely well-paying jobs in the past. We're talking 6 figures. However, we wouldn't change where we're at now for that because being your own business owner, you have a lot more autonomy. We're able to live in this an amazing part of the world and be able to appreciate all the lifestyle changes that are available here because we don't have near the amount of stress as we've both experienced while working in other industries in the cities. So that there is a benefit to that as well.
It's more rewarding stress. That's what we have now.
Yeah, it's like a challenge. It's
Oh, we're talking about something. You get stressed when things you cannot control happen. And the more you can control, then even though it's a challenging thing, you feel, well, I chose it.
That's
so
right.
you don't have that same type of stuck feeling.
That's right. Yeah.
That's why I feel.
Yeah.
Anyways,
Yes, absolutely.
I always go sidetrack.
I know. We go in sidebars, but we do come back.
Yeah, but it's a good time to
Yes.
think about how this coming year is going to be. What's your goal this year? You know, it doesn't have to be a big goal. A big goal is nice to have, but also at least you want to achieve certain things.
That's right. And write them down.
Yeah.
Because, you know, unless you write them down, it's
important.
just a wish. Yeah, it doesn't become a goal until you write it down.
Yeah. And the action to write it down itself actually make it sink into your head.
That's right.
Better.
It's
definitely.
Yeah.
And talk with people like that. You know?
Absolutely.
That's sometimes we talk very big. Probably it's not gonna happen right away. Well, you never know, but you know.
Yeah, it opens up the possibilities.
Yeah. And then it just it's really interesting. So,
it is.
Yeah, sharing.
Awesome. So comment below about what your plans are for the new year. We would love to hear that.
Oh yeah, that's a good idea.
Yeah.
Yes, please. Just,
we would love to
throw
hear
your
from
line
you.
And,
Let us know what's in store for your 2019, right? 2019? Yeah, I'm still writing 2018 on everything.
I've been doing good this year.
Awesome. Excellent.
Anyway, so I think that's for the first video for this year. I think that's what we wanted to share with you.
Exactly. Thank you for joining us on Digby Busy Talk.
Yeah, looking forward to see you next time.
Absolutely.
Bye-bye.
Bye.